What is going on, guys? Today we got a brand new video. I want to tell you guys about the things that you should look for when you're buying a Mazda 3. How's your day going, guys? Today's nice, it's snowing outside, cool. It's winter, baby. I get a lot of questions and DMs about what you should look for when you're buying a Mazda Speed 3 or a Mazda 3. You guys are sending me listings of cars you're looking at and all that stuff. You're probably here today either because I sent you this video or because, well, you're interested in buying a Mazda 3 or you're about to find out things that you didn't know about your current car. I've been in the Mazda 3 platform for about 5 years now. I've had 3 of these cars, including this one, and another one that I bought for $80 and we restored it and sent it off to a new home. I know a lot of the ins and outs of these cars, and obviously that's why you guys are coming to me with questions. So I wanted to fill you guys in on everything that can go wrong with the Mazda 3 so you know before buying. So without further ado, let's hop right into this. So the biggest thing you guys are probably gonna think about is the motor. What is the best motor in the Mazda 3? What are the motor problems? So first off, we're gonna talk about the powertrain and the drivetrain pretty much. In the 04 to the 09, the first generation, they only had 2 different kind of motors. They had the 2 liter, which is 2.0, and they also had the 2.3. The 2.3 was only available in the GT models, while the 2 liter was the base model and the mid-trim level. All 3 of the Mazda 3s that I've owned have been 2 liters. The 2.3s, however, that gets a little complicated. So there's a reason why I've only had the 2 liters, and well, because they're pretty godlike reliable. Pretty phenomenal. The 2.3s make about 10 more horsepower and about 10 more foot-pounds of torque than the 2 liters. Not that much, and you can definitely push that out of a 2 liter if you're really wanting to buy one of these for power. You're not buying one of these for power. I'm telling you that. The 2.3s have a list of issues, and the 2.3s have problems with oil burning to the point where it will burn so much oil that you just don't do your oil changes and you just keep refilling it with old oil. I'm talking like a gas tank and almost a full thing of oil. Now that's being dramatic. Normally it's, you know, every oil change, you know, you gotta top up a couple times, but it can get really bad. And the explanation behind this, I believe, if I'm correct, is the PCV valve and the whole PCV system gets clogged up, which then tends to burn oil. Another problem with the 2.3s is they tend to throw rods pretty easily, like just blow up like that. They'll blow a hole through the block. Just a big mess. I've never owned a 2.3. I've driven them. They're not really much different than the 2 liters. So if I was genuinely looking at a car that I was wanting to keep for a long time and it was Mazda 3, I'd probably stick with the 2 liter. Unless you really want those features of like heated seats in the GT trim level. I'll let you answer that. That's kind of a you question. If I was you, I'd stay away from the 2.3s unless you necessarily need the horrible Bose sound system that they put in these cars, and the heated seats, and the HID headlights. If we talk about that car over there, that car is the highest kilometer car of the fleet. That car has 246,000 kilometers on it, and it's 2 liter, and it's still alive. I worked at a Mazda dealership where people were burning so much oil in their Mazda 3 2.3s at 120,000 kilometers. I've never burnt a drip of oil in any of these cars. On the other hand, that was a little explanation, but that's pretty much the most important part of these cars, right? The motor mounts like to go. The third motor mount, they call it, or the PMM, passenger motor mount, tends to go out pretty quick, like 100,000 kilometers and blow up. So make sure it's not. Thermostats tend to go out from at least 150,000 kilometers and above. That's a common thing. They're cheap to replace and they're quite easy to do, as I've done one of them on Mazda Speed. Same thing with the Mazdas. However, other than that, I think that's really the only thing that I've really had problems with. The beater is about 220,000 kilometers and the coil packs blew out on it last year. However, that has 248,000 kilometers and the coil packs have never blown out. So it's maybe just a random thing, or because this was pre-facelift, I'm not sure. O2 sensors, I forgot. The upper O2 sensors go in these cars as well. This one's gone right now, but it's welded in, so I can't get it out. And what I mean by welded in, it's just super rusty. The one in my mom's car, she's got 2 liter as well, and this 2.3 thing. Her O2 sensor went at 120,000 kilometers. O2, the upstream O2 sensors, keep an eye out for that if you got an engine light on or whatever. Other than that, I think for engine bay, that's pretty much it. Like I said, I have not spent like anything in the engine bay of that car to maintain it. We're done with the engine bay now, and here comes the pricey stuff. We're gonna move on to suspension. Now when we take a look at the rear of these cars, there's a lot of things that people don't replace. The biggest thing is the trailing arm bushings in the rear. These tend to go out really quick. It's cheap rubber inside of them. It's really expensive to have a dealership do it, so a lot of people say no. So I guarantee the Mazda 3 that you're going to look at has its trailing arm bushing shot, and that's something you can really knock down the price with because it's an expensive repair. But the labor costs the most. I guarantee you those are shot. These are shot. The Mazda 3, this big old boy, that got them, they've all been replaced. The other one, or my third Mazda 3 that was donated, that was replaced. Huge common thing that people don't do. As for the other rear of the car, end links, this is a big one, the rear shock mounts that sit up at the top. Those corrode and they snap. It's really easy to check out. You literally go to the car, you go under here and you're like, hello. So, and when you're in there, check the suspension for leaks. The suspension in these cars lasts about 100 to 120,000 kilometers. So same thing over here for the front of the car. Suspension, again, the front struts like to go at about 100 to 120,000 kilometers on them. So suspension, I'm telling you guys, suspension. Yeah, just make sure it doesn't clunk. If it clunks, then you probably got a big mess ahead of you. And oh yeah, on top of that, I'm pretty sure the sway bar end links are probably shot too, because those go pretty quick. Now I forgot to say, when we were talking about the engine, the transmission. If you're getting a manual transmission, and there's also a side of automatic that I'm gonna tell you guys about too, kind of lose their synchros. For example, this car, third gear grinds every time it's warm, but when it's cold it's fine. Only if I shift somewhat fast it grinds. This transmission, first to second, just randomly, it'll kind of just not engage and it will just kind of crunch and just make ugly noises. The transmission's high K in these, so make sure you warm the car up, run through those gears. You might be ahead of a problem with the transmissions. Not saying it's a big deal, but the higher K ones probably cooking themselves. Check if the TCM module has been replaced, the transmission control module. They mount them in a weird spot and they overheat and they cook themselves and your transmissions run like doo-doo. So that's quite important. For both transmissions, there's kind of something going on there. Now, if we're talking interior, there's actually really not much for the interior. The speakers don't blow out on these. I've never had a blown set. The biggest thing are these window switches. These go out really quick. Play with them multiple times, because sometimes they'll work, sometimes they won't. I know a big one. Here we go, ready? What's that? That's the trunk. So the trunks in these cars leak too. Of leaks are this plug that goes through to the trunk top. These should normally be silicone because these are where they leak from. I also did a huge leak test on that before, and they come in from behind. Well, the taillights can leak. Also, these get water in them. These fill up with water. That had it, that one had it, the donation one had it. This one hasn't yet, but this one leaked before and I believe they fixed it. And honestly, I think that's pretty much it of problems I've really kind of had with these. And I want you guys to know that all these things that I'm listing off are, well, problems that I've had. Like I said, I've had 3 of these cars, and these are really, you know, the things that I know about them. If you guys have any common issues or know of any common issues, post them down in the comments below. You're not focusing on me, fam. What's going on? Are you okay? Gotta get it clean. So enjoy the rest of the blurry outro. Okay guys, well, thanks for watching today's video. Like I said, yeah, put your stuff in the comment. Let me know. If I know anything that I forgot, I'll have them down in the comments too. But that is your essential guide of things that are probably wrong with your Mazda 3s that you are going to look. So other than that, guys, if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit the subscribe button, leave a like on the video, comment down below. If you guys want to see everything Mazda 3, I'm your boy. I've owned way too many of these. It's getting really bad. Other than that, guys, thank you so much. Keep it real. I'll see y'all in the next one.